Hello, what we're going to be covering in this video is a Java program that uses the stack class from the Java Collections framework. So a homeowner rents out parking spaces in a driveway during special events. The driveway is a last in, first out stack. Of course, when a car owner retrieves a vehicle that wasn't the last one in, the cars blocking it must temporarily move to the street so that the requested vehicle can leave. We're going to write a program that models this behavior using one stack for the driveway and one stack for the street. We're going to use integers as license plate numbers, positive numbers add a car, negative numbers remove a car, 0 stops the simulation, and we're going to go ahead and print out the stacks after each operation is complete. So if we go ahead and open up the Java doc for our stack class, our stack class is an actual class. It's not an actual interface, and as you can see, it definitely implements our iterable and our collection interfaces. So what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and look at the actual code here. So the first thing we need to do is we need to import our stack and our scanner classes. Then we're going to go ahead and create a class called driveway for simulating a driveway in a street using stacks of cars with license plates as representation. So we have a couple of instance variables that belong to the class. The first one is driveway, which is a stack, and the second one is street, which is another stack, and those stacks include integers. We have our constructor to go ahead and instantiate our driveway object. And then what we do is we set the driveway and the street equal to a new stack. The next item is the list of our methods. So the first one is the add method. So what the add method does is a license plate gets passed in as long as the license plate is not in the driveway. So what we're doing is we're using the contains method to check to see if the license plate is not in the driveway. If it's not, then we're going to use the push method to add that license plate to our driveway. And then we're going to print out a message, a car has been added to the driveway. And then this print method, if we scroll on down, what that does is it goes through and it prints out in driveway starting at first in, one license plate per line. It'll go through, it'll check to see the size first. If it's equal to 0, we'll print out there are no cars in the driveway. If it's not equal to 0, then it'll iterate using a for loop. It'll iterate through our driveway stack, and it'll go ahead and print out each of the license plates using the get method. And then it'll do the same thing for the street. It'll go ahead and starting at first in, it'll go ahead and print out all the items that are cars that are currently parked in the street. If there are no cars in the street, it'll go ahead and print that message out. So that's our print function, print method that we'll be calling. So the next method is our remove method. So what we're going to do is we're first going to check to see if the driveway contains the license plate that we want to remove. If it does not, then what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and print out that car is not in the driveway. Otherwise, we'll drop through to our if block code. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pop the current plate, or pop the first in plates off of the stack, and we're going to check to see if that current plate is equal to our license plate. If it is, then that's the car. It just happens to be the first one in our stack. So we'll go ahead and we'll print out the information, print out our queue information, and then we're going to run through this while loop as long as our current plate is not equal to our license plate. So if it's not equal to our license plate, then what we're going to do is we're going to add that car to the street, and then we're going to set our current plate equal to the next plate in our driveway. So what we're going to do there is we're going to just pop the next license plate in our stack and set it to current plate. And what we're going to do is we're going to iterate through this method until our current plate equals our license plate. So this method would actually, you would see this run if the car that we want to remove is not the first car in our stack. So then we're going to go ahead, and after this we'll go ahead and print out that the car has been retrieved, and we'll print out the license plate. And then what we need to do is we need to check to see if our size stack is greater than 0. And then if it is, what we need to do is we need to move cars from the street back into the driveway. So we're going to go ahead and remove the first car from the street by using the pop method, and then we're going to go ahead and use the push method to add it back into the driveway, and we'll continue to do so until the street is empty. After we move each car, we'll go ahead and print out what our queue looks like. So that's quite the program. So let me go ahead here and increase the size here. I'll click on plus, and then I'll click on run. Again, what I've done is oh, that's right, I need to run it from my demo class. So let's go through our demo class here really quick. So what we have here is we've created a new driveway object, and then we're creating a new scanner object. We're printing out positive integers, add cars, negative integers, remove cars, 0 stops the simulation. So we'll gather the has next int. If it is, we'll grab the next int. If it's greater than 0, that means we want to add that license plate to the driveway. If it's less than 0, then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and change the value of the license plate back to a positive number, and we're going to remove that license plate. And otherwise, we're going to go ahead and return. So let's go ahead and compile this file and actually run the simulation. Okay, so we'll add 1, 2, 3. So car has been added to driveway, and driveway starting at first in 111 is there. In street, there are no cars in the street. So we have one car. We'll go ahead and add another car. So what we've done is now our car's in the driveway starting at first in. So 111 is the first car in. The top of our stack is 222. And there are no cars in the street. I'll go ahead and add one more, so it's 333. The car has been added to the driveway, so now 333 is the first car in our stack, on top of our stack, and then there are no cars in the street. I'll go ahead and enter an existing number, and the car is already in the driveway, so it checks that else block. Then what I want to do is I want to remove the first car in the stack, so that should be 333. So I'll just go ahead and enter a negative 333, hit enter. So driveway starting at position in our stack, 111 and 111 and 222 are in the stack. There's none in the streets. And the car with license plate 333 has been retrieved. The reason why we did not move any cars to the street was 333 was the first car in our stack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add one more car. We'll add 444. So now we have 111, 222, and 444. There are no cars in the street. Now I want to go ahead and remove the one that was currently the first one that was added to the stack. So currently it's in the last position of our stack. So in order to remove that car, we're going to have to move both cars 222 and 444 into the street, and then move them back into the driveway after we pull out 111. So in driveway, starting at first in, so we've removed 444. So that's currently in the street. Then what we're doing in this next line is in driveway. So we've removed 222 and placed it into the street. So the only existing car in the driveway is 111. So what we're going to do is 111 has been retrieved. Now we need to move our cars from the street back into the driveway. 222 is the first one on the stack, so we're going to go ahead and move that back into the driveway, and 44 is the only existing one in the street. And then finally we're going to go ahead and move 444 back into our stack, and there's no cars in the street. And then we'll just go ahead and enter 0 to end the simulation. So this video walked you through a program that actually uses two stacks, and you can see how you can go ahead and add and remove items from that stack. So that's all I had for this video, so we will talk to you next time.